Okay, so I made some chocolate Oreo covered cookies. So, putting them out, look at that. Isn't that so pretty? I'm gonna show you how I did it. Okay, we're getting ready to make some candy. I've made some, but I want to show you how I did it. Very easy, actually. So, got chocolate melts. I got some vanilla chocolate melts over there as well. And I also have this little pot, my little pot right here, which is what I'm going to use to melt my chocolate in. Now, you can just put your chocolate into a bowl, put it in the microwave for like about a minute, stir it up, and then do it like 30 seconds and take it out and stir it up in another 30 seconds until it actually melts down for you. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just going to put these chocolate melts into the chocolate melter, as it's called, and then we will come back to show you what happens next. So I've added the pepper to my chocolate. I'm gonna stir that in, y'all. Stir it in good. All right, so we're gonna start out. So we've got our chocolate all mixed and all nice and ready. So we're just going to put a little small layer at the bottom, just a small layer, because we don't want it to be, you know, too much, because we're gonna have to put our cookie in there. So we're just gonna add a little bit at a time. And I'm gonna stop here. I'm gonna put my chocolate back on and tap these to get it flat, just so it doesn't cool. Go on now.
Hi.
Go on.
Oh. Can I help you?
No. No, thank you.
Stop
So
saying
we're going to do this. His mother does not want him videotaped, so I have to push him out the way because he's always trying to get in my videos. We're gonna shake that like that. We want to make sure we get the bottom covered. You can use a spoon or something like that to do that if you want. I'm just using the thing and shaking it around. Okay, so now we got those all done. So the next step here is an easy one. I'm just using Oreo cookies. So we're just gonna take the Oreo cookies and we're just gonna plop them in there. Y'all, I did not think this would taste good, to be honest with you. I really did not. And when I was testing the recipe last night, I took some of the warm chocolate and I just kind of covered the Oreo with it. Oh my gosh. Y'all, that was so good. It's not as rich as I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so here's the thing. Now the top part is truly just a thin layer. We just wanna do a thin layer because we don't want it to be too much. And just like we did the first, we're just gonna put a little on there and then we're gonna shake it down so we can make sure that it all goes in. Oh, looks like I'm gonna have to make some more chocolate for this. That's okay. Now what I do is I take my spatula here and I let it help me get all the chocolate spread out. And then I'll do the shaky thing to make sure it's all nice and together. So we just take our spatula and just kind of get it over the edges there because we want to make sure that it's all covered. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna have to make some more chocolate, guys. So let me cover this guy up right here. We might be able to get more out of that for this other one here. Nope, that's not gonna be enough. So we're just gonna do this, get this covered as much as we possibly can. Do our little shaky jobby. Shaky, 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 shaky. Thump, 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 bump, 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 bump. Okay. So that will do right now. I'm gonna need some more chocolate around all that, so I need to get some more chocolate melted. Be back. All right, so I got my second batch of chocolate ready, and we're going to just pour this over the rest of our cookies here, just so we make sure that they are covered well. Okay. And I saw a gap right over here. So I saw a gap. I thought I saw some gap somewhere. I'm gonna make sure that we're covered all the way around. Okay, we don't want any gaps anywhere. Okay. All right. Now we will use our spatula and we will cover our cookies. I love making candy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make some suckers and some hard candy later on this week. You know, just getting in those moods where I want to bake and cook and do all that stuff. Sometimes make it hard to do it, you know, since generally I'm cooking for myself. So, you know, I don't cook a whole lot. And when I do cook, I usually cook for y'all so y'all can see what I'm doing. Because when I cook, it usually lasts me a couple of 3 days. Like last night, I made some salmon and rice, and I made enough to last me for like 3 days. Okay. All right, so I want you to look at this. This one right here is perfection. These two over here, they still have space around the edges. So I need to put just a little bit more in here just to make sure my coverage is good. Excellent, excellent, excelente. Okay, so now these go in the refrigerator overnight. Now I also have these other little trays here to make candy out of. And so we're gonna do that with the rest of our chocolate here because we don't want chocolate to go to waste. So we're going to put the chocolate inside of our little... Now the thing about it is when you're filling these up, you don't want to fill them up too much because you don't want it to run over. It does take practice to make sure you're getting them all the same size. But, you know, even if you don't, it's no big deal. I mean, it's not like we're a manufacturer, right? Trying to sell our candy. I'm just doing this to give away at the office tomorrow for Valentine's Day. I started to do some cupcakes, but then I decided, I'm always doing cupcakes. So this is something a little different to do for them. I haven't done for them before. So I'm always cooking, but I've not made any sweets lately for them. So it looks like we have enough chocolate just for this one, which is cool. Excellent, very good. So again, we'll just kind of bounce it. Is that not the coolest thing? Got a little bit right there, so we need to See if we can add a little bit more in this one. Okay, excellent. Oh, that one right there needs a little bit more too. So let's put a little bit more in this one here. Okay. Okay, and oh, I think I see a little bit more. A bit more in this one too here. Okay. Oops. Okay, so these are going in the these will go in the refrigerator overnight as well. Okay, so these are some of the candies that I made last night. Some hearts and some little happy faces. Now these here are some cookies that I made. So this is what it would look like once it comes out. You see that okay? Okay. Once it comes out and it's been refrigerated for a while. So that's what the back of it looks like. So, I mean, you can serve them just like this, and that's fine. I'm gonna do a little decorating on it. So let's say, for instance, like we'll use one of these guys. Let's move these over to the side. And we're gonna use this guy here. So what we can do actually is take a little bit of chocolate and just kind of brush the chocolate on here, kind of like this. Simple decorations. And then I've got my sprinkles here. Yeah, I can take some of my sprinkles and just kind of put them on there. And then once that chocolate hardens, then that's going to be a cute little decorated cookie. So I'm not going to pick it up now because it's not solid on there, but you get the idea. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take some royal icing and kind of, wave it across it, give it little stripes. And so I'll show you what I'm going to do with that when I get done. All right, guys, so I'm done with my first batch of chocolates. Just some solid chocolate candy pieces here. And then these are the chocolate covered Oreos. I've got some more Oreos in the refrigerator setting, so I'll do some more decorating on those tomorrow. I'm really happy with my chocolate because I apparently tempered my chocolate correctly because it has a nice little shine to it. So here's a closer look at my decorations. I'm gonna do something a little bit more intricate with this next batch that I'm gonna do, so I'll share that with you as well. But after I get done with these chocolates, my next step is making hard candy. Actually, I'm gonna make some suckers. So I've got my flavorings here. We've got blueberry, raspberry, and pineapple. I've got my colors here, which are orange, yellow, and what's that color? Orange, yellow, and blue. Orange, yellow, and blue. And then I've got my peppermint oils, orange oil, and lemon oil, again for flavoring. And then we have strawberry, grape, and watermelon. So those are going to be my sucker flavorings, and I'll get started on that. Probably today is Tuesday. Probably over the weekend I'll get started on the candy. So I'll bring you guys along for that too. That is that is a lot more involved than doing this chocolate. A lot more involved, so I'm excited to share that with you. But there is the chocolate, guys. Okay, so I have finished with the last batch, and just as a reminder, you can see here that my bottom level, which would have been the top in the mold, is a little too thick. So that would be my suggestion, just to make sure they're not too thick. But as far as how it tastes, it is good. But see, that's a little thick. The bottom layer, that I put directly on the mold is great. But yeah, that rest of it is a little too thick. So lesson learned. So you'll be eating on this chocolate for a little while. But here is what I have just finished. So there you have it. These are Oreo, chocolate covered Oreos, and I just put a little decoration on the top. And so now I'm going to fix my boxes, and I'm going to put those in the box. Well, here we are. These are the ones that I finished and are all boxed up and ready to go. They turned out so nicely. Okay, so it's all well, I had that white chocolate left, so I went ahead and finished up making chocolate. Now, these are the chocolate covered Oreos, but they're covered in white chocolate. And the others are just chocolate candies. Then I've got some Oreos here that I partially covered in chocolate, the white chocolate, and also some with the dark chocolate. These I'm taking to church with me tomorrow to give to the ladies at church.